Hey, this is Anita. Anita hit. Yeah. So, people were saying, where's Anita? And I didn't want you to think that I didn't care. So I decided to show up, even though I'm kind of burnt out right now, or whatever. Um, so, yeah, it's Christmas tomorrow. I want you to know that I'm here for you. I am launching officially the Anita Hit Support Network, which means, sorry about the screaming, my roommate's having a bit of a nervous breakdown, like a lot of people, which is another reason why I'm launching the Anita Hit Support Network, which means that I'm going to post this video and then you can tell me all your problems in the comments, and I'm going to give you some really great advice. I know some of you are like, well, Anita, what are your qualifications? Man, I have been homeless. I have eaten out of dumpsters. I have eaten the garbage from the retirement home. When people die, they sometimes they put cake packages out there, cake mix. That's perfectly good. I'm an expert at wearing my clothes for an extremely long time. I'm very good at water management, as in I know how to bathe very little, like at a minimum. Taking very few baths, saves a lot of money. I know how to get free milk and stuff like that, margarine. It's a little harder now that most of the restaurants are closed, but there's a way. Which means that I can make mac and cheese for a lot less, if you know what I mean. Because I know a lot of people are having a really hard time. I'm really glad that Trump's on his way out and Biden's on his way in. And, the first thing that they did, the Democrats recently passed this COVID relief package, which apparently they were holding off on for a very long time. Some people say it was on purpose to make everybody as miserable as possible, so they want Trump out of there. But I don't think that's the reason. I think they were just putting a lot of thought into it. So finally they figured it out. And the COVID relief package involves sending a lot of money to a lot of countries, because they've got COVID too and they need relief just as much as you do. Stop being so selfish. A lot of people are complaining because they're only getting $600. What about the people in Yemen? What about the people in Egypt? What about those fish in the Gulf of Mexico? They deserve to be counted too. It takes a couple $1 million to count the fish. What can you do? That's how much it costs. Stop being so selfish, thinking only about yourself. And people are complaining. Sorry about my roommate's having a nervous breakdown, like I said. People are complaining, like, why'd you give so much money to the Egyptian military? What does that have to do with COVID relief? Well, there's a logic to it. The military fights stuff, and we're fighting coronavirus, so it makes sense to give money to another country's military so they can buy supplies from, Russia, because somehow that's going to help fight COVID-19. I know you don't understand it. That's because you're not a politician. These people have a lot of education, so we got to trust them. Yeah, so they got to count catfish or do something with some kinds of fish. There's a lot of fish involved in the COVID relief package. There's some fish that they don't want. There's some fish they want to make sure there's enough of. There's other fish that they just want to check on them. I had no idea COVID had so much to do with fish, but apparently it does. So that's why it's in the package, so stop complaining. $600 can go a long way if you don't stick it all in your arm in one night, if you know what I mean. Just try to pace yourself a little bit. Just, try to have some self-control. Anyway, yeah, so people are complaining a lot. I'm just really glad that, Joe Biden's coming in. A lot of people are complaining about this communism stuff, I know they don't like the social credit aspect of it so much. Me personally, I figure I'm pretty street smart. I'll probably find a way to go under the radar. But this whole social credit system and, like, you know, ratting out your neighbors, it's just part of it. But if you remember, in Russia, they had a very vibrant underground economy. So don't give up hope. There's always going to be a place for you to get a pair of jeans or a VCR tape or whatever. So, you know, on the positive side, there's going to be money in your pocket. So, you know, and it's Christmas, and I lost my train of thought. I do that a lot, if you know what I mean. But anyway, I was going to tell you why you should listen to me and my advice, because I'm very street smart. I have escaped people who were trying to probably murder me. I got out of the car one time because I used my head. I used that psychology on him, you know, so I made him think that something really great was going to happen, you know, and he totally forgot about trying to murder me. And I told him to just kind of lay back and, you know, get himself set up. And then I jumped out of the car. And I was really fast, and he tried to grab me, but, you know, see, because I outwitted him. So, I mean, I am the best person to give you guys advice, because I've done it all, I've been through it all. I'm a survivor, if you know what I mean. So, anyhow, man, I'm starting to feel bad for my roommate. He's having a hard time. I'll give him some advice later that'll sort him out. So yeah, you should listen to me, because I'm very good at being poor. I'm very good at taking government handouts. I'm very good at socially isolating myself. I am like an expert at that one, if you know what I mean. Also, I'm very, very expert at dealing with people, especially how to avoid them. So if you have problems, you can ask me. And pretty much, you know, I'm really good at reading people. I could meet a person and in like 1 second I got them totally sized up. And people sometimes tell me like, oh, I got involved with this guy. He turned out to be a total fucker. I didn't see it coming. Now that really pisses me off, because I did see it coming as soon as you told me about him. I mean, it takes me 1 second. It's like those red flags just pop out left and right to me, you know. And I tell my friends, don't go out with this guy. He's going to turn out to be a fucker. And they don't listen to me. A few months later, they call me up crying. And kind of pisses me off, because why'd you tell me about it if you didn't want to hear what I had to say, and then you didn't follow my advice? But anyway, I'm really good. It's like I actually think I have a kind of ESP. You know, it's like when I meet somebody, they don't have to tell me anything about them. As soon as I hear the sound of their voice, I know what kind of person they are. I know if they're a straight person. I know if they're, you know, like if they're one of us. I know if this is a person who's going to rip me off. I know this is a person who's going to kick my ass. I know if this is a person who's going to rip my grandma off. Well, I mean, who would have before she, you know, passed. I know this is a person who's going to come into my house and raid my fridge. Pretty much, you know, like I get these things figured out. I know if this is a person that I should be scared of or is going to be scared of me. I know if it's a person who wants to, you know, it's YouTube, so I'm trying to figure out how to phrase this, make it family friendly. Like a person who wants to get to know me in the biblical sense, if you know what I mean. I got it all figured out, man. I have the psychic ability just from the sound of somebody's voice, and I look into their eyes and I know shit about that person that nobody would know that I would know. Even sometimes that person doesn't know it. I know a lot about my roommate too, man. I'm working on helping him. Anyway, I've got ESP, alright? Basically. And I can tell all kinds of shit about people. Like this one time, my friend had this guy come and walk his dog, and I told him, don't let that guy walk your dog, he's going to cause you problems. Sure enough, he took the dog out, the dog shit on the front steps of the building, and the guy wouldn't clean it up. Got my friend in trouble. And I told him, well, what did I tell you? I took one look at that guy, and I knew you were going to have a problem when he goes walking your dog. But you didn't listen to me. Anyway, whatever kind of problems you have, you can go ahead and leave me a comment, and probably I'll know the answer. And then if you don't listen to me, well, I'm sorry, I was just going to say the F word, but then I remembered I'm on YouTube. If you don't listen to me, screw you. Yeah. I mean, you guys know I love you, but if you don't listen to me, fuck off, basically. You know, that's how it goes. You just don't ask me again. Speaking of dogs, I got the dog shit bags right here. Yeah, because that guy fucked it up. Now guess who's walking the dog? Yours truly. But anyway. So the other thing was, you know, besides that, I have all the answers, and I'm psychic. It's also Christmas. And everybody's complaining. You know, they're all like, oh, I'm all alone at Christmas and it sucks and everything. It's like, man, I've been doing that for 30 years. You know, I don't know. I've been doing that for the whole time. What you're doing now, that's what I always did. And I'm still here. I'm still alive. You know, how did that happen? How did I stay alive through all that shit? All those lonely Christmases. Never mind Easter and Halloween. How have I survived all these years without, you know, company and socializing and all that shit? You want to know how? By drinking a whole lot of Jack Daniels. Yeah. That's it. I just got good and drunk. It doesn't bother me. Actually, not having people around makes it easier to get drunk. Because, you know, there's like, you don't have to watch yourself and think you're acting like a fool or saying the wrong shit or spilling a tea or whatever. You know, you just sit there with your bottle and have a good evening and by yourself. And you don't have to worry about other fuckers, you know. Well, there have been times where I did not have the company of Jack Daniels for the holidays. Lucky for me, I had the company of the sweet Chiba Chiba. I've always got company of some kind, you know? It's like you're never alone with your best friend who happens to live in a little bag. But anyway, I'm not trying to set a bad example. I'm just telling you the truth, you know? So yeah, like I never really celebrated holidays. I mean, most of the time I didn't know what day it was anyway, so how was I supposed to know it was a holiday? But, you know, I mean, I knew it was like around holiday time based on the decorations at the dollar store. But so what anyway? What was I going to do, you know? It was St. Patrick's Day, so I'm going to drink my beer, but with a green hat, you know? It's Valentine's Day, so I'm going to smoke the sweet Chiba Chiba plus eat a box of chocolates. From me to me. It's kind of pathetic, you know, so I just skipped it. Christmas, I mean, without people around you, like, what is it really? It's just another reason to get drunk, you know? So, like, that's pretty much what I've been doing for a really long time, and it's been working out okay. Yeah, like holiday parties, usually if I did go to a holiday party, I'd probably get myself in trouble, maybe thrown out, you know, fall out with some people, or I was there and people were like, who the fuck are you? And I'd be like, oh, I'm so-and-so's girlfriend. Or when I was younger, it's like, oh, my parents brought me here. But pretty much I always hated it. It's fucking noisy. It's kind of hard to get your buzz on with a bunch of people bugging you all the time, you know? So, you know, just to let you know, it's gonna be okay. Trust me, I've done it many times. And the other thing is people complaining about not being able to see their family. Man, I think I told you this. Christmas is the deadliest day of the year. People have a lot of heart attacks. You know why? Spending too much time with their family. Families have a certain special way of pissing people off. So think of it this way. You're going to sit around at home with your Amazon TV or Netflix or your VCR or whatever you like to do. And nobody's going to give you a heart attack. On the bright side. Plus, I'm here for you. So, you know, if you're feeling lonely, just leave me a comment. ask me for advice. Maybe I was thinking of setting up an OnlyFans, you know, but now I'm thinking maybe I'm gonna have to go deal with my roommate. Yeah. I'm gonna smoke some of that sweet Chiba Chiba. You know why I'm laughing? Because I found out that Chiba Chiba means different things depending on what side of the country you're on. So people were thinking that, you know, I was smoking something totally different, you know. Yeah, I'm not going to tell you which one it is, but half of you were wrong. Anyway, yeah, my roommate needs some of that sweet Chiba Chiba too. Anyway, so, oh fuck, I lost my train of thought again. Why is this so hard? Oh yeah, so, oh yeah, I was going to set up OnlyFans, but then I realized I don't think that many people really want to see my tits. And I want to make more money than that, you know. Then I realized I'm going to set up Anita's Psychic Helpline Hotline support group. And then people can just get in touch with me. And I can use my naturally given talents to sort them out. And it's money that's better spent at this point. I mean, my tits, you know, they're not bad for my age. Let's put it that way. But I don't know if you really want to invest in my OnlyFans. Better to invest in my psychic hotline, helpline support system. You get more out of it, I think. Anyway, that's it. I hope you have a happy holidays or whatever. I can't remember what they say for Christmas. Oh yeah, Merry Christmas. And we've been living in this kind of weird Twilight Zone shit for so long, I don't even remember what they used to say. Merry Christmas, Happy Holidays, Happy Hanukkah, Crazy Kwanzaa, or no, that doesn't sound good. What starts with the K? I don't know what they have for Kwanzaa. It can't be crazy. That's not good. Well, crazy isn't the fun, like go crazy and have lots of fun, you know? Crazy in the sense of like, I can't think of anything that starts with K, so I don't know what you do for Kwanzaa. And for you Hindus, there's Holi. Happy Holi. So, happy everything. I hope you have a happy time with your bottle of JD. Yeah, and I'll be right here for you if you know, hit some rough spots. And don't forget, I'm here for you. Aunt Anita is always here. And that's it. Yeah.